I can't believe we got not one, but two Lilo and Stitch remakes in the same year. Elio is the latest animated movie from Pixar. Not only that, but it is the first fully original Pixar movie since 2023's Elemental. And obviously, everyone has been incredibly hyped to see what Pixar has been cooking up for the last couple of years. Who am I kidding? Not a single person even knows this movie exists! I saw this movie the day it came out. There were 5 other people in my theater, which is honestly kind of sad because this movie is pretty decent. I mean, it's nothing mind-blowing, but it's good. Now, I know what most of you are thinking because you read the title and looked at the thumbnail for this video. How does this movie copy Lilo and Stitch? And I'll get to that when I go into my critiques of the movie, but first, I just wanted to start off this review with everything I liked about Elio. Unsurprisingly, this movie looks really, really good. The animation is very fluid, and all of the environments are super lush and detailed and gorgeous. There's just a lot of really cool stuff going on the screen at all points in this movie. Pixar is definitely firing on all cylinders. I also really liked the main character, Elio. I thought that his voice actor did a great job. He was very energetic and funny and kind of chaotic when he needed to be. The same goes for the character of Glorden, I believe was his name. He's very funny and very cute and super endearing and might be my favorite character in this movie. He has a lot of jokes that made me chuckle. I also enjoyed the villain. He's nothing super special or anything to write home about, but I thought that they did a good job of making him threatening while also being kind of comedic. I don't know, I thought that he was a good villain, even if he wasn't the most amazing villain of all time. And I also think that this movie did a good job of balancing its themes of isolation and loneliness. I think they did a good job of showing how each character deals with grief, and I thought the resolution to the primary conflict of this movie was heartwarming enough, even if it was a little bit predictable. And with that, let's move into some of my gripes with this movie. Now, once again, I want to reiterate that I do not hate this movie, and I did not make this video as an excuse to just bash this movie and all of the people who worked on it. I think that everyone who worked on this movie is incredibly talented and creative, and honestly, they made a good movie. And I think most people who watch it will enjoy it. So please keep that in mind as I go through some of my critiques. My first criticism is more personal preference than anything. I'm just not a fan of the way that they design characters these days. I'm kind of tired of all these super squishy looking humans. Don't get me wrong, I love Luca, but it feels like since that movie, every single Pixar movie has kind of adopted its same character design philosophies. I don't know, I just feel like the human characters in Toy Story 3 and in Inside Out just look a lot more visually appealing, but once again, this is just personal preference, and if you do enjoy this art style and you do like the way that these characters are designed, more power to you. Another minor complaint that I have with this movie is that it kind of drags in the beginning. In the admittedly very little promotion of this movie, I remember seeing a lot of images of Elio being abducted, and so I kept waiting for that scene to happen, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and I feel like it didn't happen until like 1/3 of the way through the movie, which I just found very odd. I think it would have been nice if that part of the movie could have been sped up a little bit to leave a little more room in the middle for things to kind of breathe, because after that point, the pacing is just breakneck, and it feels like the movie is just rushing to get to the end after that point. Alright, but here's the real reason that I made this video. Why is this movie so similar to Lilo and Stitch? In the theater, I did notice a few similarities, but I mostly just shrugged them off because plenty of movies borrow elements from other movies, right? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized how much of Lilo and Stitch's DNA has just been injected into Elio. So allow me to quickly just go through some of the similarities that I noticed. And yes, I will be getting into major spoilers, so go to this timestamp if you don't want to have anything spoiled. Number 1. Elio and Lilo are both troubled children who are constantly misbehaving and getting into fights. Number 2. Elio and Lilo's parents both tragically passed away, leaving them in the care of another relative. Number 3. Elio and Lilo both have fights with their caregivers and believe that no one cares about them.
Why don't you sell me and buy a rabbit instead?
At least a rabbit will behave better than you!
Go ahead, then you'll be happy because it will be smarter than me too.
Number 4. Both caregivers, aka Olga and Nani, are overworked and overwhelmed with the responsibility of taking care of a child.
Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
Other kids bully Elio and Lilo for being weird. Number 6. The primary antagonist is a big, strong, armor-wearing alien. Number 7. Both Elio and Lilo get kidnapped by said big armored alien. Number 8. Okay, we're starting to enter nitpicky territory, but both films feature a secret council of alien leaders. Number 9. Both movies end with the protagonists realizing that they do have a family, even if it isn't what they expected it to be. Number 10, and this one's kind of obvious, but both movies feature a child protagonist who befriends a cute alien creature. And for our bonus number 11, if you really want to be pedantic, Elio and Lilo are both extremely similar names. Okay, that last criticism is just kind of dumb, but you get my point. There are a lot of similarities between these two movies. Now, some people might say that I'm cherry picking, and maybe I am, but I cannot be the only one who is a little shocked to see how much of this movie is borrowed from Lilo and Stitch. Now, does that mean that this movie is awful and no one should go see it? Of course not. Like I said, I liked the movie. Hear that, angry commenters? I like the movie. You can delete your 500 character rant calling me dumb for hating on this movie, because I don't. It's a good movie that just so happens to borrow a lot of elements from a movie that I personally believe is a bit better. I will say that a part of me does wish that the first original Pixar movie in 2 years could have done something a little more bold and unpredictable with its story and characters. But for what it is, Elio has a lot of heart, it has a lot of creativity, and it's a good time. Do I think it's one of the greatest Pixar movies of all time? Not really, but is it one of the worst? No, not by a long shot. But after the Lilo and Stitch remake and now this movie, let's just hope that the next Disney film isn't another retelling of Lilo and Stitch.